Bro, moments like these is when like I just believe in shit so much more. Hold on. So that license plate right there in the middle says 357, right? 357. 357 is the Lazarus number. That's why I have it in my videos. And it's the number that I came up with for my Lazarus email years ago, back when I first started making music, back when I think right when I changed my name from my previous name Aquarius Zero to Lazarus. And the fact that I just now parked at my new job for my first day of orientation, and the first fucking thing I see when I look ahead of me as soon as I park is 357 on that license plate, bro. Like, it's coincidences like those that just make me fucking believe in the universe, bro. Like, and I don't care who thinks that I'm crazy or some shit. It's just so fucking divine, dog. Like, it's just small little things that are just lined up way too well, way too neatly. Anyways, but yeah, I'm dressed as you can see. I look fine as hell. What did I do this for? I don't know. But yeah, I gotta go in and like, I got time. I got like 20 minutes to spare. I got here really early. But I actually have nothing to talk about. So I'll come back when I do. I have something to talk about. And it's a doozy. Oh, let me get ready for this shit because I'm not gonna like what I'm gonna say. Even though it's good for me, I still don't fucking like what I have to say. So today was my first day of orientation for my new job. And I kind of just kept it cool. I didn't let myself go full charismatic mode. I was really just reading the energy of everybody in the room and just absorbing everything. Also just enjoying the silence with myself, just looking at all the pretty shit. Cause fuck, I work in a pretty place, dude. Anyways, but I got to talk to some people and whatnot. I talked to one girl about business and real estate, put her onto Layla Harmozy. Talked to another girl about anime. Talked to another girl about like hotels and whatever, and like work. I wasn't just only going for girls, by the way. Like, even though they were all very attractive, it's just I was intrigued, and I was like, "Yo, like, let me pick your brain for a second." I also talked to guys too, whatever. I met this really cool guy named Chris actually, and like he showed me what it looks like to be colorblind with his phone. I was like, "Whoa!" And whatnot. We were just vibing. But today made me reflect a lot. And today's a very important day for me because today is Oshun Day, and I am religious. I am of the Yoruba religion, and Oshun is my mother in the religion as well. And I got her sunflowers, prayed to her this morning before I went to work, and I asked Oshun for guidance and to protect my mind and to help me accomplish what I want to accomplish in this life. And throughout today, I'm very spiritual and religious, by the way. I've had very intuitive thoughts or like intuition hits come into my head. Like when I was talking about real estate with that one girl, like she was the one who mentioned it, and I felt the desire to say like, oh, like I'm also a real estate agent, whatever, I'm licensed. She's like, oh really? Like I'm trying to get my license or whatever. And I said it, but internally I was like, but I don't really believe in that anymore. I literally made a whole video that I've now since deleted off my schedule about how I don't give a fuck about real estate, and it's true. It's true. I genuinely don't give a shit. I would much rather live without it. But then I reflect back onto when I first was looking for a job back in the beginning of 2023. Just before the year ended, I had I don't know, how do I explain this in English? Basically, like a religious ceremony or whatever, where like, and then a priest divines for like the different gods of whatever the religion. And basically they told me, get your ass to work. Like, you need to fucking, like, you have the brain power, you have the body, you have the energy, you just don't fucking want to work. And they said, like, if you don't get to work, you're gonna be fucked. And I don't play around with my religion. I really don't. I have seen some crazy shit, and that put the fear of God in me, to be honest. And as soon as an opportunity came, I grabbed it. Funny enough, like, my brother was the first one to get the opportunity to work at the hotel that I first started working at, but they didn't hire him, but they hired me on the spot. So it was just kind of like meant to be. Same thing that happened with this hotel actually I'm working at now. But I didn't want to until I was told to do so. Until I was forced to, outside of my own control. 444 on the timer. And I can already hear the different kinds of, I guess you can say, what's the word, rebuttals to why I should. Dude, can you just speak? Can you just speak? I know your throat chakra is like acting up lately, but can you please just speak for the love of God, Brian? All right. I could already hear rebuttals of just like, well, why are you going to do something you don't want to do? Like, how can you succeed in something that you don't give a fuck about? Because I've realized that the truth about success is that it doesn't matter whether you want it or not. How many people out there found massive success without even trying, without wanting it? I know there's a couple celebrities out there who became famous and never wanted to be famous. I can't think, there's one huge example in my mind that I can't remember now, that I knew they didn't want to be famous. But I can't think of them right now. Anyways. But because they were just so good at what they did, it just happened. And so I'm looking at real estate now as another crucible. I'm seeing it now as something I have to do for myself, even though I don't want to. And that's a tough fucking decision. Because just a few days ago, I was fucking relieved that I could get this burden off of my back, because that's what it feels like to me. That's what it's felt like to me since I was 18 and my dad forced me to get my real estate license. I didn't want it in the first place. The only reason I worked hard to get it was because my dad promised me a new phone. And it's the same one I'm using right now. And even though I did sell a couple of houses, especially in the first few years of working in real estate, I blew all the money, dude. I spent it on stupid shit. I overmaxed my credit cards and whatnot. Like, I was a young dumbass. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But now, at 24, I'm seeing that, yes, I'm getting better at handling my money, because I still am pretty bad at it, but not as bad as I was in the past. But I understand the importance of it now. In the past, I didn't really value money. And that old frame of thinking is still sometimes present in my mind. And it's not that I'm putting money over everything. Absolutely not. I just see it as a tool that is necessary to acquire to be able to gain stability and power over your own life. I'm 24 years old, dude. And I'm just gonna say, I'm way smarter than the majority of people my own age, or in my age group. Hell, my fucking generation, dude. I am smarter than most of these fucks. And you probably are too if you're watching videos like this. So then why the fuck haven't we just done something about it already? Why haven't we just fixed our shit? Because there's a lot of internal shit we gotta fix in here and in here and in here. in the heart, mind, and soul. And that's what I've been doing for the past, I mean, really been focusing on it this year specifically. But when I look back, everything was leading me to this point. The addiction, the heartbreaks, the horrible fucking decisions. It all led me to this point where I'm much more aware of myself and the world around me and how it all functions. So I'm still gonna do real estate. I'm gonna give it actual genuine effort, even if I have to fucking beat myself to do it. Because I have everything for it. I'm charismatic. I know how to speak. I'm very convincing when I want to be. People like me. I know tons of people. And good shit just happens to me when I'm in flow and in alignment. And as long as I stay in that energy and I focus on the actual business itself and work hard, shit's just bound to happen, dude. I made 12 grand in 3 months. 12 grand in 3 months. That's 12 divided by 3. That's 4 grand a month, dude. 4 grand a month right now would absolutely change my life. Absolutely. Even though that's only like double of what I used to make at my old job. Bro, in 3 months, I can pay off all of my debt. That's fucking huge. That's such a relief off of my shoulders. Why wouldn't I? Just because I don't feel like it? Oh, dude. Damn, that's really what it is. Oh my God, Hamza, bro. Even to this day, I thank you, dog. Because that was the first motherfucker that put me onto this track, on the right fucking path. And even though I don't really listen to him and don't treat everything he says as gospel, I still admire and respect that man, because shit did he help me. But anyways, just because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like using a license, skills, and knowledge, and tools that I have at my full disposal to then make thousands upon thousands of dollars and gain connections that can help me improve my life overall, just because I didn't want it that way. Yeah, no, fuck what I want. I keep coming back to this, bro. The surrender experiment. Literally, surrender is letting go of your personal preferences, your personal likes and dislikes, and giving your full self and presence to whatever life is putting in front of you. Life put in front of me that license at 18, and I refused to work hard on it because of un capricho. And that in English would be, I suppose it's a good word. Hold on. I found the word. There's actually 2 words. Stubbornness and hard-headedness. And I think hard-headedness works best for me because things need to smack me across the goddamn fucking brain a couple times for me to understand something, unfortunately. So I'm going to let this opportunity slip again because I'm stubborn and I want to make money with this. Let's be real here. This doesn't take that much effort. Me talking to a camera and then uploading it on YouTube with minimal editing doesn't take that much effort. It really doesn't. Like, it just takes a couple of, like, in an hour I can put out like 3 videos or more if I really wanted to try. If I really was going ham, right? Same thing with music. I can drop a single every month easily. Because I'm probably not going to produce most of my stuff anymore unless it's like for funsies or some shit. Honestly, making content, the only thing that's like takes a lot of time is actually going out recording stuff and then editing. But again, like, that doesn't take forever. Fuck, I could do it all. Shit. I just have to actually commit and not sacrifice my time on bullshit while still being able to enjoy my life and having a social life. Because it's fucking possible. It's fucking possible. And I understand that in this space of like just self-improvement, right? Self-improvement has become the space where everybody is so extreme and like grinding and like devoting themselves of life and all this. And there's periods like that where you have to be. I literally asked Ali Abdal when I was in Hamza's Adonis school, like I think a few years ago. I asked him about like this very same question, like what do? Do I just go all in and like forget the rest, or but I also know I need to live in a balanced or harmonious life. And he says periods of intensity are necessary every once in a while. Like there are seasons where you just have to really be grinding the shit, only zoned in on one thing. But then after that thing is done and like you've achieved the goal, you can go back to being in a harmonious life. And most of the time those seasons are pretty short. They don't go for longer than like maybe 2 weeks or something like that. And as I said in previous videos, the time's going to pass by anyway. And you can be happy now. You can allow yourself to be happy now and still have enjoyment in your life and find the play in everything. Or you can purposely make yourself miserable like I used to do all the time and feel like fucking just offing yourself. So what's the better option? Like feeding into your insecurities by devoting yourself of the pleasures and enjoyments that you have in life now, so that you can focus on something. Even if you find passion in it and enjoy it, you're still depriving yourself of life experiences, of connections, of life lessons that you can learn by just being out in the world and talking to people, or participating in activities, figuring out what you like to do, who you want to be, where you want to go. It's not always just about building. Laying the bricks every single day, brick by brick, isn't just talking about building your empire, dog. It's about building your life and having it be a full life, living it in every sense of the word, working, playing, resting. We're human beings and we need this shit. And even though there are seasons that it's justifiable to lean more into one thing than the other, when you're able to be in a harmonious state where you are simply in surrender to whatever life gives you, while it's still being disciplined on what you know you have to get done, whether you like it or not, whether you feel like it or not, that is when things start flowing and opening for you, and you build a stronger mind, a stronger will, a stronger soul. And that's all I want for myself and for you. A stronger heart, mind, and soul. Because once you do the inner work and you build that person up, not only through the work, but through the play and the rest, because each has its own purpose, then you will be able to find peace and harmony. And I'm now remembering a quote from my religion. There's like a supreme deity or whatever that basically is like an energy, not really like a deity or something, or a person or something, but its name is Oludumare, and Oludumare says, "I love everything but nothing in excess." And what that means is that the extremes are extremes for a reason. When you lean too much into an extreme for too long, you will not only break yourself, but make your life more miserable. And I discovered this through my years of being fully hedonistic, of always being under the influence of something and in a virtual reality, to being, what's the word? what's the word? So there's hedonism, which is like being fully fucking in pleasure, like I said. Then there's asceticism, which is the complete opposite. It's the belief or practice of denying oneself pleasures, often for spiritual, moral, or self-disciplinary reasons. That's bad too. And I was in that shit and I was fucking miserable. And I did that to myself because I was insecure about my self-worth, about my future, about my value as a human being. But when you're able to finally just change your self-image, because that's what it's all about, your self-image, and integrate your shadow and start healing your inner child, then you start becoming closer and closer to the middle path, to the golden mean. Just like Aristotle said, the golden mean between extremes is where you can live your best life. And it's always trying to stay, you might swerve off the path here and there, but don't go too far to the left, don't go too far to the right, but always try to stay close to the middle as much as you can. All right. It's going to take some time for me to really get a momentum on this. But, I mean, I have everything. I have all the tools I need. I have my agenda that I'm writing every single day. I'm dividing between work, self-improvement, my household, my projects, and the miscellaneous. I then have my habit tracker and my calendar right here. And I also know I have the support of all of my gods, ancestors, and spirits behind me. And I know I have myself. And my complete utter faith that I'm going to fucking make it out of this. And I'm going to live the life I want. Even if I have to do shit I don't want to do. But today made me realize that even the shit I didn't want to do, that I would have rather have lived without, made me better. I wouldn't be able to talk to you like this if I didn't work that job for 2 years. Even though at the beginning I was pissed that I had to work a job and that I was supporting my family at the age of 22. But it made me more of a man. It made me more of a better person, a stronger man, a stronger person. And I'd never give that up for anything. Shit, you might just bring some tears to my eye, brother. Fuck. Alright, this video is long enough. Love you. Please take care. Don't fall into extremes. You will make it out of this. Because if my dumbass can avoid absolute total destruction of self by my own hands and still be breathing today, then so can you. Alright? I love you, dog. Your mind can save you, your mind can end you. Which will you choose? Let's get out of this bitch.